My name is DeMarcus Davis. I serve as the CEO and co-founder of Musicbuk. When I began playing the violin, I was at one of the lowest points in my life. Both of my parents had lost their jobs, we lost our home, and I lost my voice. When I joined my school's orchestra program, the violin became a way for me to communicate through music. My teacher, however, saw that I wasn't progressing at the same level as the other students, and she recommended I find an outside music instructor. That process proved even more frustrating. For millions of people just like me, they want to learn how to play music, but it's hard for them to do so because the instructors themselves are largely performers and they don't market themselves. 12 years later, I'm sad to say not much has changed until now. Musicbuk solves this using AI to connect quality music instructors with students at the local level. When an instructor and student log into our platform, using IBM Watson personality insights, we're able to generate a personality profile on both the instructors and students in order to best recommend instructors to students. But what makes us special? Well, first, it's our instructors themselves. Our instructors each go through a rigorous 4-step vetting process, beginning with a background check to ensure student safety. After which point, we look at their professional experience, then we look at their educational background, and evaluate student success before allowing them to create a profile. Next is our technology. Musicbuk is creating a lane all its own because we focus on in-person lessons, which is how music has been traditionally learned for hundreds of years. In addition, our software integrates a CRM that allows our instructors to both communicate with students, market themselves, and process payments. Now, the music education industry has over 14 million people in the US alone. This equates to a $21 billion market in the US. Now, in order to understand this, you have to understand how music lessons work down. The average music lesson is $125 an hour, with students taking lessons 1 hour a week, and that's more than 48 lessons per year. And when you consider that retention rates are oftentimes 4 to 6 years, this creates a huge economic impact. Under our business model, our instructors pay a $99 yearly membership fee, after which point we do a revenue split on the very first lesson between an instructor and a student. From that point on, we then take 100%, they get 100% of the profit, and we simply add a $5 service fee for every lesson they render in perpetuity. Now, the team behind this project is myself and my co-founder, Runway. I stand before you as a graduate of the San Francisco Conservatory of Music, in addition to having worked with the San Francisco Symphony and performed at Carnegie Hall. My co-founder, Randall, is a graduate of Stanford University, a software architect of over 20 years, and is the architect behind such notable platforms as Ancestry.com and PlayStation.com. In addition, we aren't going at this alone, and as you can see, we have a very diverse team behind us helping push this project forward. Now, in just 9 months, we've had some amazing traction. We've seen over 99% retention rate using our technology. We've seen over 200 students monthly, and we have generated revenue from month 1. In just 9 months, we've generated over $40,000 in revenue and are on track to hit $60,000 by year's end. Now, we came to the competition with the intent of winning, and we're also looking to raise $500,000 in order to scale our company first nationally and then globally. Oh, and might I add, all the traction that we have generated to date has been generated without a digital product, and we are planning to use the funds from today's competition in order to build our product for launch in Atlanta and San Francisco in August of 2019. At Musicbuk, we believe that every person deserves the opportunity to learn music education from a quality music instructor, regardless of their background or their financial status. We believe that not every entrepreneur wears the E on their chest, but some entrepreneurs are called music instructors and simply need a bit of help organizing their businesses. And we believe that music education provides hope in times where there's not always a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you believe what we believe, please do get in contact with us and join us as we revolutionize music education for the world. Thank you.
Thank you for that. You're saying music education and you're saying students. Are you targeting youth like K through 12, or can anybody be defined as a student?
So initially, we are targeting K through 12. Currently, there's about 1.1 million students who take private lessons in the U.S. alone. However, there's about 54 million who are enrolled in school, and about a third of those are enrolled in music programs. So we're targeting that first 1.1 million, but our market has significant growth after that point. And actually, the larger portion of our market, which is that 14 million number, is actually adult learners. However, our initial market is the students because they're more highly concentrated, and it makes the most sense.
So you're targeting the individuals, youth student, and currently you have not, or you are exploring partnerships with schools and educational institutions.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I should explain. So we actually target both sides of our market. Initially, we target the instructors, and the reason we target the instructors is because instructors actually have a built-in student base already. So typically, your instructor is going to have 5 or more students on their own. Initially, we are going to colleges and universities because many of those students who are working towards music degrees also teach in order to subsidize their incomes. So they come in with built-in students, and then from there, we're actually targeting the teachers of the students that you're referring to. The teachers oftentimes gather together at music conferences, so your all-state orchestras as well as Chicago Midwest conferences, and they get together to talk about teaching. And so we are actually going to be targeting the teachers because by targeting the teachers, those who teach at the K through 12 level, they often see 150 to sometimes 300 or 400 students per day. And this is the perfect type of platform for them because their students can dance, which advances their program.
Hi, how are you thinking about the stickiness of the platform? So as it seems like a very good solution to increase the number of students for a teacher, but how do you continue to, how do they maintain utilizing once they have the students?
So initially, it's the background check. So we run the background check yearly, and that's a part of that yearly membership and fee that our instructors incur. Additionally, it's the accounting aspect of it. What a lot of people don't realize is that music education expenses are actually tax deductible. So when you consider that a person taking music lessons is often spending $6,000 to $8,000 a year, that's a major savings that they can save on their taxes. In addition to that, it's on the teacher side, it's sticky because we make sure they get payment. So when a teacher's rendering that lesson, a hold is going on to that student's card, and then they get their payment regardless of if the student shows up or not. Because a lot of students, what we also see as instructors, is sometimes students will cancel with less than 24 hours notice. Currently, because most teachers exchange cash, they lose out on that money because you can't really go back and go, you owe me this money. This eliminates that. And we're also the best price. Solution in the market because most of our other competitors, they all take 30, sometimes 40% cuts of the teacher's actual income. We, after that first revenue split, ensure our teachers get 100% of their profit, and we simply add that $5 fee on top of those lessons.
Sounds like you've had some